Hello everyone. So we will be continuing the same chapter which is named as Key Elements of Government. So let us start. So in our last video we already saw that there are three key elements of government, that is people participation, resolution of conflicts and equality and justice, from which we have completed the first element, that is people's participation. In our last video we saw about Hector Peterson, how he struggled and how he was killed during this struggle by the police of South Africa. And also, I asked one question that every year June 16 is celebrated as Dash in South Africa. So, yes, the answer of this question is Youth Day. Okay, so now let us proceed to our next key element of government, which is the resolution of conflicts. Now let us see first what is conflict basically. If we talk about conflict, what does it exactly means? So a conflict is a clash of interest. The basis of conflict may vary, but it is always a part of society. Basis of conflict may be personal, racial, class, caste, political, and international. So it can be based on any of this criteria. Okay. So, but how does the conflict occurs? When does it occurs? Normally, when people talk, does conflict occurs? So yes, when the people of different culture, religions, regions, or economic background do not get along with each other, then the conflict occurs. Or also when someone among them feels that they are discriminated against. Okay, so these are the two basic reasons when the conflict may occur, and conflict basically ultimately leads to violence, right? And violence leads to causing fear and tension amongst the people living in that area. Okay, so this was about conflict, and it's not necessary that conflict is always bad, or it has to be always bad. No, conflict occurs in many a times when we are there with in our family, then too conflict occurs, right? So what is solution to this conflict? So solution is government helps in resolving conflict, right? So conflict, as we saw that there in our constitution there are many rules and regulations, laws which are written. According to these laws, government try to solve the conflict which occur like daily, we can say, right? So the Indian constitution lays down the basic rules or laws that have to be followed by everyone, and these laws are not just for the people of the country but also for the government who made the laws, also for the leaders of the government. They all have to follow these rules and regulations, right? And conflict can occur anywhere. It's not necessary that it is going to occur only on the religious topic, or only on the official topic, right? So it can occur, it can be a very smaller topic of conflict, and it can be a bigger topic of conflict, but it ultimately leads to violence. Okay, so before it leads to violence, we have to sort it down very cleverly, right? And that sorting it, that resolving the conflict, that has to be done by clever people, we can say, or an organization in India. If the conflict takes place on the mass level, then it is resolved by government, right? So yes, so conflicts and differences have to be resolved according to the laws. Example of this is religious processions and celebration may sometime be a reason of conflict. Yes, what is religious processions means? Because of some religious events, we can say, or festivals, we gather on in a mass population on the roads, and there is lot of traffic, there is lot of gathering on a particular place, and which may lead to a discomfort for other people. It may lead for jam of the road, and this is when a part of the government, that is police, right, it plays an important role while there are these kind of processions, right? So police, what does police do is it assures that the processions, okay, they go quite good, and there is no problem to any other people who is not participating in post processions, okay. So this was one example. There's other reason also for conflict, that can be rivers, okay. So you might have known Kaveri water dispute, okay. So what happened in Kaveri water dispute is, there is this river Kaveri, which flows through different states, right? So in the same way, the river flows through Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so there is this Krishna Raja Sagar Dam, which is built on the river in Karnataka, and there is this Mettur Dam, which is built on Kaveri River in Tamil Nadu. Now, what might happen that अभी इधर तो कुछ झगड़े वाली बात ही नहीं है ना, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वाली, आपके यहाँ से रिवर फ्लो कर रही है, आप उसका पानी अच्छे से यूज़ करो, शेयर करो और यूज़ करो. सो व्हाट्स द टॉपिक ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. सो यहाँ पे यूजेस क्या होता है पहले वो देखते हैं हम. ओके, सो कर्नाटका में द वाटर इज़ यूज फॉर इरिगेटिंग नंबर ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स ऑफ कर्नाटका, एंड ऑल्सो Bangalore, which is a big industrial city in Karnataka, that even in of water needs of Bangalore is fulfilled by this river water, okay, and by this Krishna Raja Sagar Dam, okay. And in Mettur or in Tamil Nadu, it is used for providing water for the crops in delta region of the states. So these were the uses which of water of Kaveri river, okay. Now let us see why there is conflict on this Kaveri river water. So here you can see the flow of the river. It starts from Karnataka and then it comes to Tamil Nadu, okay. And this is where our dam is located. This is Krishna Raja Sagar Dam, and here it is Mettur Dam, okay. So basically what happens, the downstream dam that is in Tamil Nadu, it can be filled only if the upstream dam that is in Karnataka, it releases the water. And so both the states can't get as much as water they need for their people in their states, and this is the cause of the conflict, okay. Now who should resolve it? So the central government should resolve this conflict, right, by planning some or the other thing, so that both these states can get equal amount of water and both their needs can be fulfilled. So this is why the conflict occurs on, also not just on social issues but also on these kind of issues, okay. So now let us go to our next element, that is equality and justice. Now when we talk about equality, we at the same time talk about justice, because equality and justice, these terms are inseparable, right? So these can be achieved only not just by people or not just by government. This can be achieved only when government and people both work together and try to achieve equality, right? So earlier there were practice of untouchability, but now it is banned by the government. But if legally if it is banned by the government and if people don't practice it, right, so it is of no use, right? So this equality is achieved only when the government and people work together, right? Also government has taken many measures to promote equal treatment to girl and boy child, okay. We have seen through 19s to till now, there are different kind of abhiyans or different kind of campaigns going on, so that girl child is promoted, right? Killing girl child has been illegal, okay. So these kind of things have been done through government, by the government, but they have to be followed by the people, so that we can achieve the third element, that is equality and justice. So this is how we have seen all three elements in which government and as well as people plays an important role, that is people's participation, resolution of conflicts, and equality and justice, okay. So all these three were the elements of the government, the key elements of the government, depending on which democratic governments work. Okay, so yes, this was all about our chapter. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Till then, take care of yourself, keep reading. Thank you.